Good evening and welcome to the 802 iRacing League's podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Rob Lowell. Joining me tonight is co-host Brandon Garrand.
How we doing, Rob?
Not bad. We got a big show tonight. You want to run down real quick what we got going on?
I'm really excited. First, we're going to start off. We're going to have Mr. Dean Reynolds join us. We're going to preview the 358 Dirt Series. And then after Dean gets off with us, we're going to do our weekly recap of both the Busch and the Cup races from the Auto Club Speedway. So, yeah, nice little pack show. It's that time of year where we're going to start getting dirty again. We're going to start dirt racing too.
Yeah, I'm going to be moving Dean in here right now. Joining us now is Dean Reynolds, lead admin for the G.Stone Motors 358 Modified Series, and he's got quite the interesting day job too. Dean, how you doing tonight?
I'd like to be introduced as second place in points from season 3, Dean Reynolds. But we'll go with the lead.
Well, if we're gonna go there,
guys?
not bad. If we're gonna do there, we gotta go two-time winner last season, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Twice.
I wasn't sure if you'd want to be introduced as the first runner-up.
No, this old guy can take second in points every year and be happy. So what's up, guys? How you doing?
Not bad. It's
Dean, the real question is, how are you doing? I mean, you've been busy these last few weeks, a lot of traveling. I mean,
Yeah, but it's fun, and we had a good event at Georgetown, and then after Georgetown we headed down to Charlotte, and had a great event there, and the track crew did an amazing job on that track, and we had good weather. We had a little scare there on the final night, but we got her in, and it was just a good week all around. A lot of cars. Thank God Tyler Series okay. His thoughts are always with us. I've been in contact with him, and he's doing well. And Rob, that 15X was fast down there.
yeah, he little struggle in qualifying first night time trials, but solid times were good all week. Just it was really a building year for him, new crew chief first full season. It was a good season. But Dean, for our listeners that don't know, let's just real quick before we get into the league, let's touch base. Can you just introduce yourself and tell our listeners what your day job is and what your profession is?
explain what we're talking about.
Some of them
I
may
guess
be
a little bit.
scratching their head a little bit.
I pick up the phone a lot and hear people talk, no, but it's all part of it. I'm starting my 8th year as director of Dirt Car Northeast and also the series director for the Super Dirt Car Series, the Dirt Car 358 Series, Sportsman and Pro Stock Series, and it's my full-time job, and I really enjoy it. I work for the World Racing Group, and my getaway is iRacing. I try to iRace maybe 2-3 times a week, get on for like an hour and a half, and forget about the world and see what I can do. And then I really enjoyed it. And then I started spending money on equipment and everything else. And but although now this year, actually, the reason why I got to get off a little bit before 7 o'clock is I'm admitting 2 races tonight. So it's turned into more of a job for iRacing. So so what I'm doing in real life now, I'm doing on the sim.
I would say you don't get enough of that the other 8 months of the year.
But I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and long hours. But when you get a job like that, and any job in racing, as you know, Rob, and all that, and Brandon, you're a fan. It's a lot of long hours.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, a lot of long hours, a lot of traveling, so a lot of time not being at home.
Yeah, I do have a girlfriend. I've had one for 8.5 years, and I think she's happy only to see me once a week or so. And then,
It makes sense. If you think of it, the job duration and the girlfriend lining up to both 8 years, it kind of makes sense. You being on the road a lot. I think that's the key right there.
I told her day one, this is not going to be a normal deal, but it works out really well. And matter of fact, she's excited. We're going to the ESS banquet this weekend, and we got a room at the hotel Friday night all the way to Sunday morning, and we're gonna, I'm sure the phone's gonna ring a few times, which it does. That's part of the deal. But we're gonna take the weekend and relax a little bit and spend some time together, and then and then we got the dirt car banquet the week after and weekend after. She loves going to banquets, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's good. She loves doing it. And say hi to John
She
and
does.
Katie at the ESS banquet for me.
Yeah, actually, she's matter of fact, and Katie's sitting at our table at the dirt car banquet as well.
Nice.
So yeah, her and Katie they like to hang out. So it's cool.
Yeah, Katie's whole family is really awesome. Sean and Molly
Yes.
and Jamie.
Yeah.
So we've been blessed to
So
have them as part of our race team for the last, I don't know, 13 years or something like that. So
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
great.
So, but
So
we got a league starting next week, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw up the
So
schedule here, and I'm gonna let you and Brandon take this one. I'm gonna race a little bit this year in it. Unlike last year, I'm back on day
Yes.
shifts. So but I'm gonna let you guys.
Good.
You two are the main admins for this. So I'm gonna let you guys run with it. I'm just to sit
Well,
back.
and it's season 4, right, Rob? So it's season 4 with the
yeah.
802 G.Stone Motors. Thank you to Justin Stone and his dad Todd. And it was funny. We thought we were going to lose Turn 3 Network and Roger, but he came on back and says this is the one league I like to do. I want to do it again. So we're looking forward to season 4. And this has been a fun deal. I hate to say it, but I got to thank Scott Iriome for getting me into this league. And I don't want to give him any more props because his head won't
Yeah.
fit
No.
through the door.
Not,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
too much credit. It's
Has
easy.
has
He-
he
His head,
won?
I can already hear his head blowing up like a balloon.
Has
yeah.
he
God,
won
it's
one
got me
yet?
hanging out with it. As Roger would say, the Brissette Racing Stable, and I started
Yeah.
hanging out with them, and but the league's a lot of fun. It's competitive, but it's still centered around Saturday night racers. Lots of times, a lot of guys in the league only turn on that sim once a week, and that's 4802. And we don't forget that, and we want to have guys have a chance to get a top 5 or a top 10 and stuff. But also there's guys in there that started out as a one night a weeker and have grown into racing the sim over the last couple of years and have gotten really good at it. But that's part of the deal. It's like real racing. The more you race, the better you get. But we're really looking forward to it. We're still keeping to the bigger tracks. We find they have less cautions, and we keep it invite only. We just invite respectful drivers. Last year we did a couple of recruitment races, but this year, I think with everyone coming back and a couple of the people that we all invited, I think we're going to have full fields every week. So no need to open it up to anybody else. I think we're going to dance with the party that we have, and a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I'm really excited about is like it's basically everybody's back. The
Yeah.
the band's back together and it's just a great group of guys to race with. Like I ain't the most competitive, although with that showing in the C2C race the other week, Dean, I think I might be a little bit more competitive. I don't know, but
Yeah. Well,
either whether I'm up front with these guys or they're lapping me lap by lap, like it's just a great group of guys to race with and it's a lot of fun.
well, you need to fire your crew chief first of all.
Yeah.
You heard about this, Rob, right?
No, I did not. So please fill
Yeah.
me
So
in.
they had a charity race on coast to coast. So Brandon came back in. He was eligible to run it. He's going to join back up in the league here soon. But it was at Eldora, and he came through the field, run the top, and he's like, "Well, you're third, I think, Brandon, second or
I
third."
got to second or third.
Yeah, it's a 100-lap race, and I guess we ran out of fuel. What lap
I think
did
it
you
was.
run out?
It had to have been around halfway.
Yeah,
Like
it's about halfway.
40, between 40 to
Halfway.
50, but yeah. Luckily I didn't get run over. It was good, but yeah, I was running second behind Isaac. And
Yeah.
Isaac even sent me a message and I was like, I think Isaac's really good and he's like, you were doing pretty good. I'm like, all right, that makes me feel a little bit better seeing how I haven't raced a dirt car in months, so but yeah, I'm really excited to get back with the dirt guys and got a couple new tracks that we're doing this year, I'm pretty sure compared to last year and
Yep. Yeah, we added Williams Grove. I think Williams Grove's turned into a real fun track on the sim. You can do a lot of passing there and everything else. And then we got Lanier
Lucas,
back. Lanier won the vote.
yeah,
And
and then we also have Lucas Oil.
Lucas Oil. Yeah, I tell you, we were going back and forth, and it was kind of between Lucas Oil and Cedar Lake.
Hmm.
Kind of some intermittent tracks, and they really race well. And they race well with 358s, and we went with Lucas Oil, and which is going to be good. And then, of course, then we go back to our tried and true. We do our Charlottes, our Volusias, our Eldoras, our Knoxvilles, and then Oswego, and then we cap it with that 100-lapper that we did last year at Oswego, which, at first we didn't know what we were going to expect going into a 100-lapper at Oswego, but man, that turned into a great race.
It was a great race. I jumped in and tried to qualify for that one and just missed it by a spot, but it was fun to race. Other than a little glitch there in 3 and 4, where if you hit the wall, you get
Yeah,
parked in the pits. So,
yeah,
hopefully they got that fixed. I haven't run Oswego to see if they have or not, but
yeah. But again, you just got to stay away, and you know it's there, and if you dance with the devil, which me and Brandon kind of do, I mean, we don't know what a low side of a racetrack looks like, so so we kind of go with that. But we follow it. We do the extra distance races at the end, Volusia, Charlotte, and Oswego, because we kind of like to mirror what Dirt Car does. Dirt Cars goes to Volusia in Florida, in February. Goes to Charlotte, North Carolina in November, and of course Super Dirt Week's at Oswego, so that's why we picked those 3 tracks.
So I got to
Tell you
ask.
what, the 100 lap or something, that's really fun. Like that was our first 100 lap race that we did and the track changes so much, it's unbelievable, and I think that's the best way to end the season. It's just a nice long 100 lap race.
And Roger seemed to really enjoy broadcasting it too. Yeah, because Roger's got to get done almost around 9 o'clock to get going to work. I don't know if he's got to do that again this year, but that week he made sure he could stay for the whole broadcast, and he had a lot of fun doing that. But part of the success of the 802 is Roger and all the research he does, and how in depth he gets with it, and he likes to know the drivers and learn how to pronounce their names right and get all their sponsors in, and we're glad Roger's back.
Yeah, Roger's excellent, and Turn 3 as a whole is excellent. We've had Brett over on the asphalt side now for 3 seasons, I think.
This is the 3rd season.
And I want you to know,
he did other leagues with us.
I want you to know that Brandon on the high side thing, that's not just on dirt. He rips the top on Sunday nights and Friday nights in the Cup and Busch Series too. So,
whoops.
I mean, sometimes he's up there and he's got the rear quarter laid against the wall, thinking it's a dirt car. So.
Well, it's ironic talk about Isaac Salas. I was getting caught in a rut where I was getting just top 10s and stuff and everything else, and I wasn't getting any wins. And I was actually just started in 802, but running coast to coast. And he said, Dean, you want to learn how to win, you got to get up there and go up against that wall and run up against that wall and not be afraid of it. And I literally spent probably a good portion of 6 months. And even if it wasn't the fastest lane, every track I raced, I went up there and ran the wall. And now it's gotten to where I try to go down low and I'm going back up top.
Yeah, the bottom takes a lot of patience. And
It does.
I think when you had that little quick race, I think it was me, you, and Chad. I think that's where I raced that whole race, was on the bottom, just trying to be like, I got to learn to drive somewhere besides the top.
You watch in the league, you watch Clay Christopherson and Matt Barber. They're whizzes on the bottom. I mean, They're so good on the bottom, and I'll tell you what, you get good on the bottom, you probably will win more races than getting good on the top. But I don't have the patience. I just don't have the patience. I get frustrated. I don't race enough where I can keep on hitting my marks every lap. Where you got a little more forgive up top when you miss your mark a little bit, because you don't lose so much speed when you miss your mark up top.
Yeah.
I go back
unless there's no wall and you go over the berm.
Fair enough.
I go back to 2 seasons ago, Dean. Your first win in the series at Charlotte. I think that was your first win, right?
No, my first win was actually a Volusia.
Okay,
Me and Josiah. Josiah went back and forth for the entire race.
That's right. Your second one was probably one of the most exciting. You found the middle of like 10 to go and drove from like the back half of the top 10 to the lead. And I think you got the lead on the white flag lap, or maybe
it was just one of those deals. I had to take a quick repair, and I was in the back, but there was a restart with 6 to go, and I was starting 6th, and I just started doing this slider line in 3 and 4, and it stuck. And I was in the Discord with the guys. Of course, I wasn't saying a damn thing to them. And I caught Mike Brewer by surprise. I went right around the outside of him coming down for the white flag, and then I just stayed there. And I remember I kind of missed my mark coming out of 4 in the last lap, and I got into him a little bit, and we kind of spun going across the start-finish line. But you got a couple races when you don't win a lot that you remember. That one there, and then there was one with another league called the BRP League that actually had a lot of guys like Brandon Plank in it, and guys like that ran it, and Cody Higbee and Ryan Beagle, and it was at Williams Grove, and I was 4th. About halfway to go, and I went around the outside of all of them and got the win. And ironically, my only win in the BRP League. I got a lot of podiums, but my only win. So those are the 2 that, kind of stand out. And you know what? It's fun when you can remember something like that. Even though a lot of people call it a game, you got something just to remember.
I'll tell you what, I ever win in one of these races, you're gonna hear me going crazy.
I love
Cause
to see it.
like I might go crazy over a podium. I think at this point, Dean, I might go crazy over a top 10. I can't remember the last time I got one of those in dirt. And I'm just like I'm looking through like some of like the career stats right now, and right now I'm just looking at starts, and right now Scotty beats us out with the most career starts in the 802. He's been there tried and true, and must have started in every race, which is all 40. So
Probably Scotty and Speedy's probably only missed like 2, right?
Speedy's missed one.
One.
So I'm judging this based off Scotty making every one. So
Yep.
we're just gonna go Scotty's 40 for 40. You and Speedy are next with 39 starts each.
Okay.
So
Yep.
a lot of starts there. The Iron Man Scotty though, like
Yeah, I think the first year I missed one because I went down to Charlotte, and now that me and Rob took a little bit bigger role, we make sure we don't miss it for Charlotte. So
yeah,
so
we're gonna try to
I
wait
think
till the end of the season.
Yeah, and then and then when we go down to, or it might have been Volusia. I'm sorry, it might have been Volusia.
I think it was.
But now
Volusia.
yeah, it might have been because we start after Charlotte. But I think Volusia, you had a race while I was down there for 2.5 weeks, and I missed one. And then Rob, I think you come down the second week because they didn't have the UMP modified at that time. So
yeah,
I think they were just running the asphalt car, weren't they?
Yeah, and so that the 27th, I will probably miss that one because we'll be down there with the UMP car that weekend. So
yeah.
I don't want to pick a open wound, but has Scotty won one?
Yeah, yes, he did.
He did.
He got a season win last year.
Yeah.
Was it last year?
He got it for what, third race from the end? He got one.
I think it was Volusia. I want to say that Scotty won.
That was
I actually have all of last year's stuff up right here, so just look at that real quick.
Now he did get his win, and and
The
really
40-lapper.
it was Roger and people tried to pick on him, but you could tell it meant a lot to him. You know, because this is the league.
So
a lot
close.
of people like to win, and because you know you're going to do it right. You race against a bunch of clean guys, and when you win here, you did it clean, or else I'm going to penalize you. And so
throw the penalties out.
Yeah, I penalize my teammates more than I probably have anybody else combined. So,
That's true.
I had that discussion today with someone.
So, but going into the season, we probably should talk about a couple of guys. I mean, Sam is going to be coming in as the odds-on favorite, of course. He's the defending champ, and he won 5 races last year, and I think every race he was in the top 10. So he's got to be the odds-on favorite. But you can't count out Anthony Roselli and Mike Brewer and Clay and Dylan Kinsey and those guys. I mean, there's going to be a lot of fast ones. You never know. I see Speedy. I notice when I get in Discord, I see he's racing, so I wonder if he's practicing a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of really fast guys. I mean, like you mentioned Clay. Clay only raced 10 times with us last year, and he finished top 10 eight of those times. If he's there every week, he's going to be up more in the points. Like a lot of these guys didn't race. I mean, CJ. I don't know if CJ will be back this year. I haven't heard, but I always expect CJ to be back. He only raced half the season. Obviously, had the family stuff going on, so very understandable. But CJ's another guy that could be up there in the points. He's way back at 20th because he only raced half the year. Like a lot of very good guys.
Yeah, some of those Canadians that we brought in during the year, Matt Barber and Chad Lucky. Don't sleep on them either.
Yeah, I think Chad won the last race of the year, didn't he?
Yeah, Chad won the Oswego race. Yeah.
Yeah, so very fast. I mean, we actually have, I believe both of them are in our Xfinity League.
I think it's Matt and Billings, isn't it?
Shane Billings. That's right. Shane Billings. That's correct. Yep.
Because didn't Shane get top 5 in the first race?
Yep.
He did.
Yep. Or one of them. So yeah, they've both been very good on both sides. So it's very fun to have like a little bit of crossover with some other guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, the real question is, Dean, what's it going to take for you to get the top Sam? I mean, looking at the stats last year, you're the guy that's right next to him. You're the guy that's competing with him.
I tell you, I don't even consider myself a guy that should have finished in second because I think a lot of these guys are, a little bit better than me as far as just being on the sim and being so precise with the racing. But my car is the fixed 358. I love that car. I do love the big tracks. Matter of fact, they all joke on me, sure, you set up the schedule because that's what you like to run. And I said, no, that's the 802 moniker because you remember the first year was only Volusia and Charlotte.
Yeah, we went back and forth between those.
Yeah, and then we went, 4 tracks the second year. And then last year we said, you know what, let's open it up to a few more. And because I think the guys are getting all used to each other, all racing with each other, and getting more experience. And I think we can put them on a smaller track and be fine. And matter of fact, I think last year we were at Lima Land, and I think we only had 2 yellows for that whole race.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like with the group returning, everybody's comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
Like we pretty much know everybody's tendencies. We're not somebody that's gonna throw a huge block and wipe out the whole field just to finish 6th. So that's one thing that's very good about the league.
And if they do, Dean addresses
it. If they do, Dean throws a big penalty.
Oh yeah, I did. But that's part of the deal. I mean, we had Anthony as an admin last year. This year, Anthony's working, so we're going to have to go back onto the honor system. But that's okay. We ran the first 3 years on the honor, or first 2 years on the honor system, and I'm not afraid to go do some post-race penalties that are just, and that's just part of the deal. But that's what keeps the league what it is.
Dean, I know you're short on time tonight. We got about 8 minutes left, but I'm going to steal a page from our Sunday night broadcaster, Brett Hahn. What do you, tell us about your sim rig? What do you have for wheel, pedals, that sort of thing? Race single, triple?
I'm still a single screen 32-inch curve. That's where I got to go next. But not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, I splurged. I put $1,000 on my wheel and pedals. So I went Fanatec when Fanatec had their sale going on. I got the V3s and I got the direct drive CSL or whatever it's called wheel, and that does help. So I got those, and but they're on a $14 Walmart card table. My computer tower's sitting on an arm of a couch next to me, and I have a gaming table my girlfriend bought for me, but it's too big. It doesn't fit in my living room. So it's still sitting in the dining room doing nothing. So I got to get rid of one of these couches before I can set that up in the living room. So I only have a 1-bedroom apartment, and I'm on the road so much I don't need to own a house. So I just don't have any room for the 2 couches and the gaming table. So it's just sitting here on that, and lots of times the cat will jump on the table, my whole screen will shake, and and that's unique. And sometimes he'll even jump on me on the chair and watch me from behind, and so I got to deal with the elements. But the wheel and pedals, we got a little bit of money into it. So
up until recently, I was on the same step as you, minus I didn't have a direct drive wheel. I had a belt drive Fanatec I bought from Brandon Plank used 4 years ago. You forget racing a dirt car and the table would shake.
I find the direct drive wheel to really help in sprint cars. I feel I'm just as fast as in 358 and big blocks as I was before. But sprint cars, because they're so twitchy and they're so fast, you can a direct drive wheel, you can be a little more precise with them. That's where I found got the bigger part of it. The V3 pedals, they vibrate all the time. I'm bad. I don't pay attention to them. I'm they're vibrating on me, which means let off, you stupid shit. But I still keep it to the floor. I don't listen.
Well, Dean, I believe you have to get going.
Yeah, I got a limited late model race with Coast to Coast, and some of the 802 guys are actually in the field. Let's see who's in here. Ryland Banks is in here. Clay Christopherson, Scotty Riome, Trevor Giroux, and I think that's it. Yeah. So those guys that also run the 802 are going to be in this race.
So
Get
Dean,
some laps in, and go ahead, Rob.
I was just going to say real quick, Dean, what race personally for your own racing do you have circled on the schedule? Is there one that you want to win? We'll eliminate Oswego because we know what you'd probably.
It would be the Oswego one, but I'm a 5th place car with Oswego. I'm a 5th to 10th place car there, so if I win, it's going to be a lot of luck. Actually, any win. I think my Coast to Coast wins. I got 2 at Charlotte, 1 at Volusia, and 1 at and I won the Lima Land race last year. So maybe somewhere's new. I do look forward to Charlotte because I have my most success there. But anyone in the 802 would be good.
Okay, Dean. Well, thank you for coming out tonight, and looking forward to next Tuesday night, getting everything started, and good luck tonight, race controlling, and have a good night.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on, and we'll be in touch. And by the way, I'm gonna run one paint all year, so I'm gonna mess Roger up. Brandon got me that car done, and that's gonna be the 802 exclusive.
That is a sharp car.
It is. It came out beautiful. So,
Yeah,
so I'm looking
I
forward
like
to
it.
running that.
I love the gold on it. It has
Yeah.
I got a little bit of gold on mine because of that. So
There you go. Ah, cool. So, all
all right,
right,
Dean.
guys.
Good luck tonight,
You
and
bet.
we'll see you Tuesday.
Thanks so much, guys.
Have a good night, Dean.
Take care.
Well,
Mr. Dean
Brandon.
Reynolds. Yeah.
Yes, that's Mr. Dean Reynolds of the two G.Stone Motors through the Modified Series, race director, lead admin, and he's got quite the day job too.
Yeah, and while we're talking about, I'm just gonna throw out the sponsors, all the sponsors besides just G-Stone. We got obviously the Super Dirt Car Series. They I don't know if they're doing it again this year, but they did the heat race points last year, so maybe we're gonna be doing that again where they throw out a little prize. We also have Joey Ladisser. He has Mr. Radiator. He's a
Yep.
sponsor. And then Expert Insulation out in Minnesota, also a sponsor jumping on this year. So a couple new sponsors for the Dirt Car Series, and yeah, really exciting. Really exciting stuff.
Yeah, and thankful to everyone that participates and sponsors that league. It's a really good league, and like I said, it's like I think we've all said, it's a good group of guys, no problems. Pleasure to go in there and hang out, watch the race with them. It's
Yeah,
really a fun night.
a lot of integrity in that league. It's like Dean said, we're gonna have self-policing, so just a league full of integrity, and
Those guys
I'm
call
excited for it. Yeah,
they
call our own cautions and
call their own
everything.
cautions, and I've seen guys they're not sure if it's them or not, and they still say give me the EOL, and um, something you don't see in a lot of leagues. So that's something those guys should all hold their heads high for. So
Yeah. Switch over
yeah,
to the pavement.
so we'll start with the Cup Series like we always do. Um, it was race 4 of 26, um, and I'll let you go through it. I actually have I have up the top five results, but then I also have the overall rundown I can throw up too for you.
So we'll start with the top five. I don't want to butcher Anthony's name, but I'm gonna go Anthony Calantoni picks up the win, his first win and his first start with us. Very impressive. And then a guy that's just podium after podium after podium, three straight podiums for our Daytona winner, Mr. Cody Meadows. And then Nick Larson finishes on the podium. Very, very good run for Nick. Then fourth is Brandon Finley. Eli Raposa, great run for Eli, top five. And then we'll get into everything else here. So we got sixth, we got Michael Bardusky. Seventh, we got yourself, Rob. Eighth, Johnny Barker. Ninth, Joey Gattina. 10th, Daniel Holcroft. 11th, Jim Ott. 12th, myself. 13th, Frank Zingen. 14th, Kip Easley. 15th, Joe Hudson. 16th, Tanner White. 17th, Arabia Caton. 18th, Steve Ritter. 19th, Cody Brewer. 20th, Chris Progar. 21st, Dustin Coggin. 22nd, Ron Holyfield. 23rd, John Buell. 24th, John Hingman Jr. And 25th, Mr. Jeff Pogo.
Yeah, the defending champ had a very rough night. Um, lap 2 or 3, I
It's a
think it
very,
was, right?
very lap three. It
Lap
says that
3,
he
yeah.
completed. So just
Yeah.
a very awkward accident for him. He kind of had the car under control, and then I don't know if we thought maybe because he got his left sides in the dirt a little bit, but all of a sudden the car just takes a hard right to the outside wall, and kaputs goes the motor, and he's done for the night. Not even not even at full speed. So just a very weird incident for Pogo. Like it's not something you would ever see him do. It's a rare, very rare mistake, I guess. I don't even know if I can call it a mistake because it was just so weird.
Yeah. So you and I did a little talking yesterday about we said we're gonna have a new award this week. Every week we're gonna have it in the Cup Series. Um, we're the Winston Cup Series, a throwback to the '80s and '90s. and we said we're gonna bring something else back from that era, the Goodies Headache Award for the driver of the worst luck. And we threw some names around. We threw around Jeff Pogo. We threw around Johnny Barker. Even though he finished eighth, he's had a horrific season. He's been in a wreck every single race of this season. Not a single one his fault. He's been collecting other people's mistakes. Um, Steve Ritter, for the second time this season, his crew chief ran him out of fuel. Didn't turn the fuel on. It's not Steve. His crew chief program didn't auto fuel the car when he came in the pits, so he ran out of fuel again this week. Who do we end up going with, Brandon? Let us know.
I gotta go with Steve. I
Yeah.
mean, to run out of fuel is just that's a real gut punch. I know Pogo had the luck, and I think Johnny's recovery kind of eases the wound a little bit. Even though Johnny probably could have been top 5 competing for the win. Same with Pogo. Pogo probably would have been up front competing for the win. It just happened so early, like the headaches of running on fuel, and then I believe Steve got in an accident even later in the race.
He did.
So to battle back from the fuel to then just end up getting wrecked, that's just a headache of a day. You battled all day to get back, and then to have it all just amount to nothing. So I'm gonna go with Steve.
Yeah, and I'll maybe talk a little bit out of term. He's my teammate. I know there's some talk to him last night. We practiced a little bit at New Hampshire, but add insult to injury, he uninstalled the app that has been messing up and running out of fuel. And we get last night in New Hampshire practicing him and myself and Johnny, and it took out his spotter too. So we were out there for I don't know 40 laps with no spotter. So just a horrible 24 hours for Steve. And oh, he also no, it was Monday night when he first figured it out, and he didn't realize what was going on. He had to run the whole truck race with CRL or CLR, Clean Racing League, um, without his spotter, and he drove from the back up into the top 10. So he deleted the app that was his crew chief, also had the spotter ingrained in it, and then he had to run a whole league race without a spotter. So Steve Ritter is our Goodies Headache Award winner, and he'll be getting $5 in iRacing credits credited to his account. So that was the Cup race. Anthony won. He led the most laps, but it was super competitive up front. I took a turn up front for a while. Cody was up there. Cody
Yep.
never let
Joe.
Anthony get away. Yeah. Joe Hudson. Frank was up there for quite a bit. Frank was real fast. It was really good racing. Tire wear wasn't that big a deal. So, yeah, California was fun.
There was a point where, like at the first run, it was starting to get to where tires were meaning something, but then we had to pit.
Yeah, and I think that's because most of us didn't take tires out. We went 2 fuel runs without taking tires, so we'd have a set in reserve at the end of the race. Which I've been thinking about that because it kind of bit me a little bit because I ran really hard the first 30 laps. The way it played out with that last caution coming when those that had a set took a set, we could have taken tires at 30 or 26, 52, and 78, and would have been fine because guys that took tires like 76, 78 still ended up in the top 2 or 3. So
yeah, I wish I didn't take tires at the end.
Yeah, gave up a lot of track position and it was tough to get it back.
Yep.
I want to give a big shout out to Nick and Eli. They put some time in practicing. Eli's he's got a lot going on right now, but he's kind of rededicated himself to running and practicing the league, and it really showed. He had speed the whole night, as did Brandon Finley. He's another guy that's had some rough luck of the season. He's been involved in some incidents, but he's always getting back into the top 5. He was top 5 at
back-to-back 4th places.
Yep. And Rockingham, he had some tough luck early, but bounced back. So really, I think we got like 10 guys that could win on any given night if the cards play right for them. It's gonna be super competitive this season.
Yep.
So we'll move on. Move from there. We'll go to our Busch results. I'm just trying to get things. And I'll let you start walking through that.
All right, so it was a redemption for Mr. Cody Gibson. He put it on all of us, and I don't know if you are one of them, but I know I almost had to like rethink how I was racing that race because Cody was, I don't know if it's just the track, but he's been fast, really fast these last 2 weeks, and yeah, so it's Cody Gibson who got the win. Uh, Joe Hudson finishes second. Logan Colgar finishes third. Steve Ritter fourth. Jim Ott rounds out the top five. That's Johnny in sixth. Dustin Coggin in seventh. Dominic Wright in eighth. Kevin Roy in ninth. Jeff Pogo finishes 10th. Ron Holyfield finishes 11th. John Buell finishes 12th. Myself in 13th. Michael Pardusky finishes 14th. Scotty Stevens 15th. Larry Bell 16th. Kenny Reel 17th. Rob Lowell 18th. Stephen Holmes 19th. Jorge Ledesma Jr. 20th. Frank Zingen 21st. Tanner Marr 22nd. Shane Heminger 23rd. And Shane Tatro 24th.
Yeah, I want to point out we went 90 laps with one caution, and that one caution um, was in the middle of a cycle, the first cycle of green flag pit stops. Um,
The
and
worst time.
yeah,
I
and
got trapped.
yeah, a bunch of us did, and I was involved in bringing it out. Tanner Marr and I were racing hard each other to try to get through lap traffic, and we went down the backstretch, and there it seemed like the lap cars were 30 car lengths ahead of us when we were three-quarters way down the backstretch, and when we got to the corner, we were running them over. He he moved up, tried to give me room. I tried to stay down against the lap car on the inside. If he had moved up to give me room, I would have. There was no way I was going to miss the guy. It was that I don't know if they were getting ready to pit maybe, and they were checking up really early. I don't know, but he just brushed a car that was on the outside. We were literally four wide at that point, and then they both kind of lost it, and I think Tanner ended up hooking pretty hard into the wall. Because I think that might have didn't end his race, but he had significant damage there. Um, that was the only caution. Other than that, it was clean and green, and done way quicker than I would have thought for Auto Club with 25 or 26 cars. What we had.
Yep, just over an hour. Just over an hour runtime. So it was a really good, clean race. A lot of fun. I mean, if if that caution doesn't come out, I think it's a little bit more fun because we get to see how everybody's like strategy really cycles out. But other than that, I thought it was a good, clean race. Obviously, we only had one caution in.
Yeah, and
Except, I think Cody had this one in hand. I think it was a race for second the whole time.
yeah, I would agree with that. I think what was going to be interesting is there was definitely two thoughts on how to run that race. I think you and myself, I think Frank, Jeff, I think we all pitted about the same within the lap of each other, and I think we were going to break it into thirds there. Kind of put equal amount of um, laps on each set of tires. We get set we started on, and then two in the pits. Um, and there were some guys that I'm pretty sure were committed to running the entire fuel load out before they pitted. Um, it would have been
Which
interesting to see.
either way you had to pit twice.
Yep, you were going to have to.
You could
The,
you couldn't just so
yep.
that's why I was like, well, if you're gonna have to, if no matter what we have to pit twice, you got to split into thirds, because the way this was running, it was seeming to go green, and if you do that, I don't. The Xfinity car felt like it had a little bit more tire wear, to where you probably could have made it up on the back end, but I don't know if you could make up. As I think it was, you could go 38 laps on fuel.
Yeah, it felt to me like
So
the first
yeah,
15, 20 laps you had tire wear, and then you got to a point where it plateaued off, and then you were just the same speed the rest of the run. Um, but I think it would have been interesting because it may have been enough to over the course of all the runs to maybe get a slight advantage. I don't know. We'll never know, but it was gonna be fun to see, the different strategies play out.
Yeah, but we didn't get that, and it was still like we said, it's still a good race, and congrats to Cody. I mean, he got his redemption. I thought he should have won last week, and
Yeah,
so far
I
their
think he had.
team 3 for 3 in
Yeah,
the Xfinity Series.
and they Cody did have Rockingham in hand. Late race caution when Tanner had saved the set of tires for late in the race, and he bolted on new tires, and that was the difference. With I don't know, was it 20 to go or something? Um,
It was barely the difference though. Cody still had longer run speed than
yeah,
so.
yeah. Cody's tire management in the Xfinity car is just unbelievable. Um,
Yeah,
I don't think there's anyone in the league right now that has the tire management that he does. He's forcing guys to go and do their homework and try to figure it out, and that's what the competition does. Whether it's in the sim or if it's in real life, you get someone that goes out there and kicks your teeth in it each week. It makes you work harder and put more time in to your program to figure out, hey, he's doing it. What am I missing that doesn't allow me to do that? So they say a rising tide floats all boats. This is an example where um, right now he's kicking everyone in the teeth. We may get 10 races into this and find out that guys have done their homework and put some time in and figured out what they're missing.
yeah. For right now, he's the smooth operator. He's out there just laying down laps and just fast and not wearing his tires. So congrats to Cody again for kicking our butts, making
Absolutely.
us work a little bit harder. So
And congratulations to Joe Hudson. Joe's had another guy that's had a lot of rough luck this season. Um, you know,
Cup
he,
side, I think Joe's leading the Bush points,
yep.
I believe. So
Um, so he's Taylor Two Cities
he's
together
good at
now, and
strategy. Yeah, he's good at strategy. I'll give him that though.
yeah, he is.
So
He had at one point he had I don't know 3/4 of the field down a lap. So
yeah, yep. Waiting for that caution.
you want to preview New Hampshire?
Yeah, yeah. We might as well, and we could also. We've already previewed the series, but we'll just do a little prediction. Or we'll like when we throw our picks in, we'll also start throwing the dirt series in there.
Okay.
So yeah, but we'll start with the New Hampshire preview. Another track, just like last week. One visit only there in our history. I believe that was also the same season that we went to Auto Club. And I had the race results for that up, and it was Mr. Steve Ritter that won the race.
Okay, you're starting
He
off with
also
a
started on the pole. I think. Trying to see how many laps he led here, because I feel like it's one of those races where he laid it on us.
I think it was
Uh,
him and Pogo racing for the lead.
John Ross.
John Ross. It was 2 seasons ago,
Yep, two
and
seasons ago.
and I
So
think
they
he
split it
passed.
about half and half.
Yeah, I think we had a pit cycle, and he made a bunch up. Came out, maybe within a second of John, and
Jumped
then
him.
no,
Yep.
he came out like a second behind him, if I remember right, and he went up and passed him, and I think he caught John napping a little bit, and then kind of drove away at the end. So um, we've been to New Hampshire. Yesterday was holiday for Johnny and I from work. Veterans Day. We were off, and we hopped in the sim with Steve a little bit yesterday, midday, and turned some laps and tried to learn from him. Steve is so good at just being smooth and not being himself. So um, nice to have a teammate
I'm,
that I feel has a little bit of an upper hand at New Hampshire.
I'm excited about New Hampshire. We've only raced there once. I didn't have the best strategy. I don't know where my finished seventh, but not the best one. But I like that style of track. Kind of like Gateway, a little bit of Phoenix, a little bit of Richmond. Um, yeah, I think it'll be a good race. I think it's gonna be multi-groove. You can run the bottom, dip your tires behind the yellow or below the yellow line a little bit, get some grip down there. You can run the top. If you can roll the top, you get some great momentum off top. Cars can be 3 wide around here, I think. So the downshifting, it'll be I think it's going to be a fun race.
Yeah,
Short
and
race, short little race. So
yep, and I think that there may be. Well, we want to do the picks now before we switch for this race before we go to the Busch race, or do you want to wait and
yeah,
do
we
them
can
all
do
at
that.
once?
No, I'll let you pick first because you did have a winner last week. You did pick Cody in the Busch Series.
Did I?
So,
I
yeah, you
forgot
did pick
that.
Cody.
Yeah. So
Yep. So you have a winner. But yeah, I'll let you pick first. Since
I
I did pick first both weeks last week, I'll let you pick first for both this week.
thank you. The Cup car, New Hampshire. I am gonna go with Mr. Johnny Barker. Um, Practiced him yesterday,
Yeah.
and let's just say um, we weren't in the same zip code as him. So I'm gonna go with Johnny Barker.
Hmm. Trying to think here. Let's see. Well, since you left him for me, I guess I'm gonna take Steve. I'm gonna take Steve just because he has the win here. I'm gonna go with the history, and I think he can do it again.
See, I didn't want to jinx Steve. He's
That's fine. I'll jinx him then. I'll
uh,
jinx him. Whatever helps me get a better finish. But yeah, I was gonna say Pogo, but I can't remember how he was at flat tracks. He was good at Phoenix, but I also picked my teammate last week, and that didn't really help him. I feel like so. Steve Ritter is my cup pick. And then yeah, same track for the Xfinity Series. I mean, obviously first time there with those guys. Uh, it's gonna race different than the Cup car, but I think it'll still be multi-groove. I think it'll still be really racy. I think the tire wear is gonna be a little bit higher, so I think we're looking a little bit shorter race. I think it's 138 laps, so it'll be
yeah, and I think the Xfinity car is gonna be a lot freer. Well, obviously it's gonna be a lot freer than the Cup car there. I think it's gonna be saving your right rear. Um,
yeah, a lot of throttle patience.
yep, and boy, it's hard not to go with the same guy that the horse that won me the race last week. Um, but that said, I think I'm gonna go with Jeff Pogo. I think Jeff's gonna be looking to bounce back on the after a very uncommon week for him. 10th in the Busch race last week and DNF in the Cup. So I'm gonna go with Jeff Pogo.
Not bad. I'm glad you left him right here, right on my lap. Um, uh, I'm gonna take Mr. Joe Hudson.
Oh, that's the other one I was looking at.
Yeah, Mr. Joe Hudson's the one that I want. I think he's gonna have a really good race car this weekend, and I think this is a track that probably lays into him a little bit. So yeah,
Yeah, the
Joe
patience.
Hudson.
Joe's got a lot of patience in his racing.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
a lot of patience. Good at the saving the tires.
yep.
Uh, I think that shows a lot more in the Xfinity car than it does in the Cup car.
I would
Consistently,
agree.
like at tracks. Obviously, there's some tracks where it does show the Cup car, but I think consistently at every single track, the Xfinity car shows way more tire wear. And then that'll leave the dirt league at Charlotte, and I have a feeling with that combination and you going first, I feel like I know who you're gonna pick, but the floor is yours, and I'll wait to hear your pick.
We're at Charlotte. Well, the safe money would be on Sam, defending champ. Um, but I'm gonna go out on a limb. A guy that was fast last season, fast the season before. I'm gonna go for surprise winner, Anthony Roselli.
That is a good pick. That is a good pick. Kind of threw me off there. I thought you were gonna pick a guess, Mr. Dean Reynolds.
I would, but Dean is a wily KG veteran, and I think Dean is going to be very, very methodical and make sure he comes out of there with the top 5, not take any chances, and position himself for the season. I think I'm gonna go with a younger guy that's hungry, that is gonna be a risk taker, and I think that fits the bill with Anthony.
That is a very good pick. Give me Give me Mike Brewer.
Good pick. He's
Mike Brewer's my pick.
he had one stolen from there at that place.
Yeah, yeah. He went winless last year, but he finished top 3 in points. I think he's gonna be hungry. I think he's looking for a win. It's been I gotta check back. I'm curious now. I feel like Brewer has had to have won a race.
I am
And if
not.
he hasn't, oh,
I,
give me Mike Brewer. He has not won a race at all. Brewer's gonna be hungry. He wants one. And yes, give me Mike Brewer to pick up his first ever 802 Series win
so
at
you are
Charlotte.
switching it up at the last minute.
Yeah, I think no, I'm going Brewer. I think he's
Okay.
got it. Yeah, I'm sticking with him. He hasn't. I thought he had won before. Him not winning ever kind of makes me feel even more confident about because to finish top 5 in points without even getting a win, that shows his consistency and just he he'll be there at the end. So yep, Mike Brewer.
It's a solid pick.
All right.
Any last thoughts, Brandon?
Mm, none that I can think of. I mean, jam-packed week now for the 802. We're gonna be 3 series deep as of now. That'll keep me very busy. But
And a few of us run Thursday nights with Sim 500 and their Xfinity
yeah,
series. You got
yep.
you're running
I
the
still
Gulf
race
Coast up.
Wednesdays. Yep, I still race the Wednesdays.
Yep, with Sim
The
500
trucks.
the trucks with them.
I didn't race. I didn't race last week because I think they're in their playoffs and it was Atlanta and it's the new drafting one and I just didn't want to get in the middle and make a mistake and wreck a bunch of playoff guys. Seeing how I haven't raced all year, so took last week off. But we'll be back at it tonight. I believe we're at Texas, so that'll be fun. I'm not sure where their Xfinity Series is, but that'll be fun too.
New
And
Texas or Legacy Texas?
I believe it's Legacy, Texas.
That's the better track.
Yeah.
I am
So
not a fan of that weird 1 and 2 with New Texas.
I don't mind it just because it's a little bit different, but I hate not being able to use the outside as much.
Yeah.
So
And
it
we are on
forces
the
me to use the bottom.
we are on the same page when it comes to Atlanta, old Atlanta versus new Atlanta.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You will never see new Atlanta in our either one of our series on the asphalt.
We did that once, and it wasn't bad racing, but it's just not the kind of racing that I like.
If we're gonna do super speedway racing, we'll do it at Dega or Daytona.
Yep, but all right, Rob.
Okay,
I
Brandon,
believe.
I'm gonna play a quick
Yeah.
ad from our title sponsor for the Modified Series, and we'll see everyone next week. Greg will be back with us for that show. Just Brandon and I tonight with Dean coming in, but we look forward to seeing you all next Wednesday night to recap opening night on the Modified
Yeah.
Series and the race from
Are
frigid
we?
New Hampshire.
Yeah. Yeah, nice snowy over track. Should be fun.
Yeah, I saw that on the promotional poster. You had the snow and ice. I liked it. So.
Yeah, but
Okay,
all right.
Brandon. Have a great night.
Yeah. See you guys.
Motorsports and racing cars is a big part of the heritage here at G.Stone Motors. Todd and I have been racing each other for years. I love the one-on-one competition. It comes bottom line, we're all behind each other and support each other with everything we do. I think that says a lot about our company's culture. I'm Vince Quinville, service manager.